Good morning, students. How are you? I hope all are fine. Today, we will talking about our second chapter from history, New Kings and Kingdoms. Can you see the map in the page number 60? It shows the major ruling dynasties in different parts of the subcontinent between the 7th and 12th centuries. Many new kingdoms and kings emerged during 7th to 12th centuries. As the period transformed, it was not only the kings establishing their kingdom. Many non-Kshatriya clans also emerged as rulers. In this chapter, we will discuss who are the rulers coming from the non-Kshatriya and what did they do, what kinds of rituals they have performed to get transformed as rulers and warrior classes. The emergence of new dynasties. In the first chapter, we saw the background, how medieval history started. In this section, we would understand how the new kingdoms and the new kings evolved during this period. By the 7th century, there were big landlords or warrior chiefs in different regions of the subcontinent. The kings acknowledged them as the subordinates or samantas. They were very powerful in the local areas. They controlled huge areas of land. They collect taxes from people. They were subordinates of the king. The subordinates of the king known as Samantas. So, Samantas gained power and wealth. They declared themselves to be Mahasamanta, Mahamandaleshwara, and so on. They were very strong. Later, when they observed the king was in the weak situation, taking advantage of that situation, they attacked the king and overthrew the lord, and they declared themselves as the rulers. One such instance was that of the Rashtrakutas in the Deccan. Rashtrakutas were subordinate to the Chalukyas of Karnataka. In the mid 8th century, a Rashtrakuta chief, Dandidurga, overthrew his Chalukya overlord and declared himself as his own kingdom. He performed a ritual called Hiranyagarbha with the help of Brahmanas. Once performed this ritual, he became as the king. Though we are not belong to a Kshatriya class, not belong to a royal patronage, but once we perform this ritual, automatically we will equally to the royal family member. Rashtrakutas were the subordinate to the Chalukyas. Dandidurga, Rashtrakuta chief. Dandidurga overthrew his Chalukya overlord and declared himself as the ruler. In other cases, men from enterprising families used their military skills to carve out kingdoms. Kadamba Mayura Sharman, Gurjara Pradihara Harichandra. They were Brahmanas who gave up their traditional professions and took to arms. They established their kingdoms in Karnataka and Rajasthan. Kadamba Mayura Sharman established his kingdom in Karnataka while Gurjara Pradihara Harichandra established in Rajasthan. They were very strong rulers of that particular region. Next, administration. Many of these new kings adopted with sounding titles like Maharaja Adiraja, means great king, Tribhuvana Chakravarti, Lord of the Three Worlds, and so on. They always maintain very good relationship with Samantas, peasants, traders, and Brahmanas. They also shared authority with the associations or unions of peasants, traders, and Brahmanas. They adopted the titles like Maharaja, Adiraja, Tribhuvana, Chakravarti. They also maintained good relationship with the peasants, traders, and Brahmanas. In each of these states, resources were obtained from the producers, that is, peasants, cattle keepers, artisans, who were often persuaded or compelled to surrender part of what they produced. Revenue was also collected from traders. They collected rent from all these people because the king, a person, owns the land. The people are doing cultivation on the land, doing any work on the land. So, this reason they collect taxes. It generally used for the construction of temples or maintenance of the royal court. The functionaries for collecting revenues were generally recruited from influential families. Their position were often hereditary. In many cases, close relatives of the king held this higher position. The tax collectors were recruited from influential families. Their position were hereditary. Prasastis and land grants. Prasastis. It is a special kind of inscription meaning in price of. They were composed in price of the rulers. Prasastis contain details that may not be literally true, but they tell us how rulers wanted to depict themselves as valiant, victorious warriors. For example, rulers wanted to show themselves as great warriors and often described themselves as equal to God. These were composed by Brahmanas who occasionally helped in the administration. Prasastis is a special kind of inscription meaning in price of. They were composed in price of the rulers. These were composed by learned Brahmanas. The land grants were recorded on copper plates. Kings often rewarded Brahmanas by grants of land. These were recorded on copper plates which were given to those who received the land. Unusual for the 12th century was a long Sanskrit poem containing the history of kings who ruled over Kashmir. It was composed by an author named Kalhana. Kalhana was the author of Rajtarangini. He used a variety of sources including inscriptions, documents, eyewitness accounts and earlier histories to write his account. Unlike the writers of Prasastis, he was often critical about rulers and their policies. Kalhana was the author of Rajtarangini. He used a variety of sources like inscription, document, eyewitness accounts, and earlier histories.